Hello, I'm just about to go and meet Tim to tell him what we're going to get up to today. He hasn't got a clue. You might have guessed where I am by the artwork on the wall behind me. So I can't wait. I'm really excited about this one. I'm going to go and tell Tim now. I'm Jane.
And I'm Tim.
And we're on a mission to try as many classes, groups and activities as we can.
And trying to sort out the things that are worth doing from those that, well, aren't.
Come along with us as we go out and about.
I'm eagerly anticipating the arrival of Jane. I have no idea what we're doing this afternoon, but she's here she comes. Hello there, how
All
you
right,
doing?
I'm good, thank
got
you.
you a cup of tea?
Thank you. How are you?
I'm very well,
Good,
thank you.
good.
Apparently you know what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, have you got any idea?
No clue.
You scared of small spaces?
Oh, come on.
Heights?
Oh,
No, I'm winding you up. Where are we today?
Bristol,
We are in Bristol. And what's one of the things Bristol's famous for?
beer.
No, we're not doing beer drinking. We're going to go and do a graffiti art workshop.
No way.
Yes. Good. Exactly. This is why you
Graffiti?
said to meet you
No,
here. Yeah.
very nice.
I know. We might get mucky.
That's fair enough. Come
I'm
on.
really excited
Oh,
about
that's
this
really
one.
exciting,
Have you ever done it before?
No, I've not.
Are you good at art?
I can doodle.
Yeah.
You just kind of graffiti, right?
When I looked online, there were so many courses and workshops you can do. But I thought, well, being in Bristol, what better than graffiti
a
art?
really good
So I thought
idea.
we'd do that because I thought life drawing, maybe not.
No, it'd be a tough to tell.
Yeah, and I thought the
Yeah.
watercolouring you might have done before, still life you might have done before. So I thought, I doubt you've done graffiti.
No, that's
Unless you're secretly
Interesting.
Banksy, who knows?
not secretly Banksy.
No. So then I thought it'd be really good. I'm really excited about it. So, you ready?
Yeah,
Should we get going?
let's go.
Come on then.
So, Jane's just told me what we're doing this afternoon. This is really exciting. I grew up in Bristol. I've not been back into Bristol for a good 15, 20 years really, apart from just passing through. I've moved out of town. So I know that suddenly things like this are appearing all over Bristol, like superb street art. So this is really cool that we're going to be doing something kind of, well, not quite as good as this, I'm sure, but this is really exciting. And I'm hoping that I'm going to really have a good time and be able to do some super doodles. Let's check it out.
So, welcome everyone, this is the island. I'm going to be doing a graffiti workshop today. So this used to be Bridewell Police Station, built in a form of architecture called architecture pylon, which basically means they made it to look really scary so that no one would want to come in there. All the building now is used for arts purposes. So you've got studios all along this floor, there's a gallery upstairs. Downstairs, some of the old cells have been turned into music studios. But what I'll do, I'll give you a little tour around the building, go and have a look at the exercise yard. You can put your head into the old cells because it's still got all the old features. And then we'll come back out and do some graffiti.
Try and leave Tim here.
Charming.
Then get the drinks.
Do I have my lawyer?
No.
Come on, sit down, Tim.
Oh, hi.
You looking forward to it?
I am.
Okay.
What are we doing here? Any
Well, I don't know.
ideas?
We've got pencils and things, and we've got lots of these with letters on. So I think we're doing
yeah, I
some
see.
lettering. So I reckon we might have to have, what do they call it? A tag? Is it a tag?
Oh, like your street
No,
name?
yeah,
for your art.
yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Have you got one?
Yes.
Oh, have you given this a lot of thought before?
No. My nickname. Okay, that could be
Okay,
my
what's your nickname?
spread.
Okay,
So everyone calls me Spread.
okay, so you,
Spread. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's yours?
I don't know.
I'll get one for you.
Well, I think I've got one, but I
Oh,
think it's
right.
already been taken by someone because my initials are JC. But I think that might already have been used.
Jeremy Kyle.
No.
Today, we're going to be thinking about making tags. So tag is basically your graffiti alias. You don't want anyone to know who you are, so you're going to come up with a little code name. It could be anything really, it doesn't have to be anything super inventive. And also it doesn't have to make any sense at all. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. And then also I'm going to take you in 2 groups to have a go at making some stencil spray paint canvases. So
Yes.
we'll have a go at making some of those as well.
This is when it gets tricky. I've now got to try to put it onto the card. Here goes. I've never known Tim be so quiet. He's really concentrating.
not doing very well at concentrating.
In yellow, I'm going to follow the outline that I've drawn with my pencil. Obviously, you guys can take it a little bit more care than me. Just use the thinner ones and basically colour in my letter. In my S, then I can move on to my next letter. And if I'd filled all of those in pink, then
it's odd for me walking through Bristol because where I live, I'm in North Essex, and there's not really any graffiti. We haven't got the artwork, the colourful artwork. So why has Bristol become a centre for graffiti art?
So basically, there's a guy called Robert Del Raja from Massive Attack. He's the one that sort of brought it over here. Obviously, it's quite a young city as well.
Yeah.
He'd inspired a lot of young people to be going out, taking to the streets and doing graffiti. But that was quite a few years ago now. All those young people are still doing graffiti. He was sort of the inspiration for it all, really. Everyone's got their own style, really. So you've got like Banksy, who uses more stencil-based stuff. You sort of get two different types now. You've got writers who are doing your like text-based work, and muralists as well. This was for Upfest. So this is actually 7 female artists all next to each other, which is quite nice to see, because I think before it was quite a male thing to do graffiti, really, but seeing like an uprising of female artists now, which is really nice.
Yeah, and it's nice that it's respected as a form of art now, and not something that's illegal or...
No, definitely, it's taken a big turn. Banksy did one outside the council building.
Yeah.
But what he'd done is put up a big scaffold, had a clipboard and an ibis, and they just assumed that someone had been commissioned to do that piece, but actually it wasn't.
Is it generally mixed ages you get, or...?
Yeah, we get a bunch of different ages. There's quite often adults as opposed to kids, because sort of can control and things like that is easier.
Yeah. And what about older adults, people over 50? You do get...
We do get a few,
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
There's a few of us here today. Yeah, it's not something I'd thought of doing, but I'm really enjoying it.
I'm actually doing okay, so I'll show you my work. This is my tag named after my dog, Trooper. I'm actually quite pleased with it. I chickened out of I'll show you the rough sketch. I was going to do this little face of the dog, but I'm not an artist, so I've chickened out of that really, and I've just left it with the name, so I'm quite happy with that. Nice little highlights. Now we're going to do some stencil spraying, which is really great, so looking forward to this. We'll see how this comes out. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So we did the kind of background colour, different stencil shapes and shades, and then I chose this kind of Jesus Christ monkey, and did that in a white and a black, so we've got a sort of drop shadow, and yeah, really simple to do. Obviously not simple to get well done, but you know, okay, passable for my first attempt. Very pleased.
So how did you find that, Tim?
I had a real good time. I have to say, I'm not an artist. You know this, I mentioned this. But look at what I came up with. So this is my finished tag. I didn't do spread, I went for Trooper with my dog. That's quite arty for me. I literally can't draw a straight line, and that's pretty good. See your tag?
This was my tag.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So again, oh, you went, she's the artist.
Not really. Do you know what my problem with art is? I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Well,
and if I don't, if one line's off, then I want to scrap the whole thing and go again. But this kind of taught me not to do that.
Exactly. That's what this was all about.
Because with these paints as well, they were brilliant. You can go over them. So if you make a mistake, and actually, it taught me to not be too much of a perfectionist. Let it go. And actually, the freer you are, the better it is.
Well, the whole point there, they were kind of implying that this was originally done in a kind of, in a legal way. Do it quick, so you can't spend time kind of on that's not button, you know. So that's what this was all about. Be a bit free.
But that was really good about this, because it wasn't just about the art. We actually we had a tour of the building.
Yeah, we learned about the history.
We learned the history of the graffiti art, where it started in New York, and the artists that brought it over, and why it's particularly dominant in Bristol. Why that's it's the she said it was the graffiti art capital of Europe, which I didn't know. Obviously you see it around, and she explained all that history. Jazz explained all that to us, and she was amazing. She was really good, really encouraging. It was stimulating. Is that the right word? Stimulating.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to go home. I want to carry on doing this, and it is something that you can continue to do. I really enjoyed it. Actually.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to bring my wife to do it because
Yeah.
she would have a whale of time. If you've got a slight artistic bent, obviously this is going to be right
Yeah.
up your alley.
And do you think it was worth the money? Would you pay? Because
I think so.
if you come as an individual, it's around £40. Would you say you'd pay that again?
Yeah, definitely. And well, as I say, I'm going to bring the wife, so
Yeah.
for sure. I would never have thought of doing this, and it's something I've really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I've learned things about this history. I've learned things about myself and what I can do.
Yeah.
So it's been really good.
Show us your other piece of art.
My other piece of art is this kind of Jesus Christ monkey.
Good. That's my one.
Very nice.
Bit Banksy-esque, I think that one. Was it? No. Okay. Okay. That's what I was aiming for.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a really good thing
And
to
I
do.
think, age-wise, I expected us to be the oldest people there. I thought it'd be more young people being graffiti art, but it wasn't actually.
There were some right old fogies there.
Well, Tim. So no, it was mixed ages, and I was talking to Jazz, and she said they get all sorts of ages. They go from school groups coming in to old fogies like us. So, and we really thoroughly had a good time doing it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
hopefully you've enjoyed this bit of an insight to this side of artwork. But obviously, it's probably very specific to Bristol, this graffiti course. But you may be able to find elsewhere. Just check out Google, I guess. But it gives you an insight that there are other artwork classes that
Yeah.
you might not have thought about.
Yeah, and
So,
even if it isn't graffiti art, just it was. I found it so it really concentrated my mind and relaxing, and I'm going to go away from here far more relaxed than when I came in.
Yeah.
And so any sort of art does that, I think. So it's worth looking into.
This was the quietest we've been on one of these. Didn't hear a few.
Quietest Tim's been.
So yeah,
Yeah, so well worth the money in my opinion.
for sure.
Okay.
Well,
so-
hopefully you think about doing this one. If you don't, put in the comments what you'd like us to do.
Yes.
We'll see you on the next
And
one.
subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.